Hey everybody, this is SequelCentric. We take a look at follow-ups in the media to see how they stack up against their predecessor. I am Nate, and she's the O negative to my AB positive, Sandra.
Who you calling O negative?
How you doing?
I'm about ready to stick a ash in your hole.
Okay, home fry.
Home fry.
Minus the insult. I'm ready to talk about today's topic, Blade. In my opinion, a very successful Marvel franchise before the MCU got kicked off. What's Josie doing over there? Playing dead. Ready to get down with the sickness and the half-breed?
Let's head on over to patreon.com/SequelCentric. That was a pansy slash. For an additional content. And for 1 gold coin, you can access a plethora of entertainment right now, including blooper reels to various movies, reviews, plus the SequelCentric Vampire Watch List, or Will It Sequel, the Continental, from the world of John Wick.
Well, a quick hit
streaming on
Paramount, whatever. Quick update from our buddy Jonathan, who's at the super tier.
Oh yeah, what's the word?
Each 3 episodes are basically the length of a movie, 90 minutes, and he says so far to him it's sequels.
Okay,
that's his.
How many episodes are there going to be?
3.
Oh, so it's like a trilogy,
basically,
but on a streaming service.
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I thought it was going to be like 45 minutes.
We might have to get Paramount now for a month.
Yep. Speaking of Patreon, we here at SequelCentric would like to thank our super, like Jonathan, and outrageous tier patrons for their little extra help on this channel, like
Marty and Jonathan.
Exactly, as well as our other patrons like Eduardo, Victoria, and PlayStation 5 Frank.
PS5 Frank.
Not to be confused with Xbox Frank.
Xbox Frank.
Your contributions help with the studio upgrades, like the muff mic and all the cheap Dollar Tree props you see in the back.
Where's the muff mic? Why are you pointing over there?
Special shout out to everyone else who contributes to this insane podcast.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out. I zoned out. I was, your voice. Your voice hypnotized me. Anyone at the super and outrageous tiers get to pick a sequel, movie, or spin-off like Underworld, Blood Wars, or Renfield for us to review. Try us at one of those levels today.
If you had to guess what number Underworld Blood Wars is, because there's 6 movies, which number would you guess that one is?
There's 6 of them?
Yeah.
5.
That is a good guess.
4.
No, it was 6.
6.
It's a trick question. Okay, Sandy.
That was mean.
I know. Let's circle back around to Blade. Which Blade movie are we reviewing today? Which one's on the docket?
Blade 2.
Electric.
No.
Foo-foo.
No. With Wesley Snipes, which is pre-MCU, and it was selected by
us
here at SequelCentric.
It's one of the few horror movies that you can watch because it's also
it's kind of a superhero comic thing, so I'm okay with that. It's not slasher.
Yeah, the typical stuff.
Scare the crap out of your pants. Yeah, no, it's not that. Not gonna give me anxiety.
Cool. Would you like to know my history with the Blade franchise?
No.
Okay.
I'd like to read my own lines.
Okay.
Hey, Nate.
Yes. Yes, Sandy.
Hey, Nate. What's your history with Blade franchise?
I've been aware of Blade when I used to read comic books back in the day, but didn't really dive into this IP until the first movie hit the scene in 1998, which I thought it was fantastic. What's your history with Mr. Passenger 57, a.k.a. Blade, a.k.a. Wesley Snipes?
Who's a bigger nerd? The one who read comic books or the one who married the one who reads comic books? That's the $1 million question.
Put that down in the comments below.
Words and hit up some... Oh, that's not my line. It's... What was the question?
You don't like me when I write the
I know.
Behind the scenes here, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the question?
What's your history with Blade franchise or even Wesley Snipes?
The movies.
Excellent.
You had to fill me in on all the other stuff that it was comic book related.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Gotcha. Should we hit some movie facts, Sandy?
I don't know. Why do you keep asking me these questions?
Yeah, I don't know. I will lay some movie facts for the viewers. Blade 2 released on March 21st, 20. Why did I write 2022?
Wow,
oh,
2022, huh?
No. 2002. Whoops. Rated R with a running time of 117 minutes. Directed by Guillermo del Toro. That's right. And
Guillermo.
Guillermo. That is there any other Guillermo del Toro movies that we reviewed within the last 12 or so weeks?
Yes.
Which one?
Uh,
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yeah,
go over there and check that one out. That's a hot mess too. Was picked by Eduardo.
I don't know what I had for breakfast yesterday. Were you asking me what if we?
Excellent. Written by David S. Goyer. Music by Marco Berenstein.
Did you spell it right?
Berenstein. Well, yeah. Even when
says Berenstain. Did you spell it right?
Well, even with the red line, it's still three times I checked. I know I'm a bad speller. Okay. Distributed by New Line Cinema.
Slow down. Your mouth is going faster than your brain can process.
You got it, Duff 2.0. Distributed by New Line Cinema and Warner Brothers. Budget of $54 million and a box office return of $155 million. I would consider that a bit of a success.
Are you saying that because we both have red hair?
Yes.
Okay.
Why don't you lay down the movie?
You traded one crazy for another?
Yes.
I love my brother.
Lay down the movie summary for our viewers.
Okay. For those of you that don't know, Blade, the human-vampire hybrid, continues his efforts to protect mankind from vampires, finding himself in a fierce battle against a group of mutant bloodsuckers called the Reapers. Yeah, they were creepy. Who seek to eliminate both species on a global scale. Blade must team up with a special elite force of vampires that were trained to terminate his very existence. Does Blade and the Blood Pack eradicate this new species or die trying?
Yeah, because it's not the Wolf Pack, because that's the Hangover.
That's the Hangover, yeah.
If you want to see that, Duff and I reviewed Hangover 2.
So, I want to ask you, what were your thoughts and impressions of this, Nate?
Like I said earlier,
his rendition.
Like I said previously. Oops.
Yo!
I'm sorry. I know.
You like to talk with your hands. I get it.
I know. Even though I'm not Italian.
You're a very animated talker.
Gotcha. Like I said previously, I'm very familiar with Blade, because of the Ghost Rider comic, which Jamie used to read.
Yeah.
I don't know all the ins and outs of this Marvel character, but I was surprised how good the first movie was. So when they announced a sequel, I was fully on board, and after viewing Blade 2 the first time, I didn't think it sequeled. I was kind of disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts and impressions on Blade 2?
I was gonna say I kind of agree with you. The first time we saw it, I was like, "What? This has gone like way out in left field."
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but I enjoyed it. But like I said,
yeah,
upon the first viewing or two, because we did buy it on DVD, it still wasn't my favorite Blade movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, the first time we saw it, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. It wasn't my favorite either,
yeah.
But I mean, I enjoy the Blade character.
Yeah.
And I think Wesley Snipes portrays a very good rendition of him. Not sure who else I would have cast as that. I think maybe Samuel L. Jackson might have been able to pull it off. That would have been funny.
I'm gonna stick your ass, motherfucker.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Zeus.
Yeah, the new actor that they hired for the new Blade movie, which I think is coming out in 2025. I forgot his name. I'm very curious, and the one thing I would like to see in this movie, as I would like to see Blade in a cameo role.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this? I can't remember if you told me or not. If this this one is going to be part of the MCU.
Yes, the new Blade
It
movie.
will.
Yeah.
Well, they've been known to do that.
Yeah. This was before Disney bought out Marvel
Yeah.
and Marvel was in a tough spot. It
Right.
sold off all their IPs. You know, Spider-Man to Sony. 20th Century Fox got a Fantastic Four, Daredevil, X-Men.
Yeah.
Universal got the Incredible Hulk. So and I enjoyed the first X-Men movie. I enjoyed the Tobey Maguire movies, but I think this one was it stayed pretty true to what I know of the character. And plus, I think a lot of people were looking for that comic book costume, and I think what succeeded Blade have spawning 3 sequels overall and really well done is the fact that it at the end of the day it's I for me it feels more of a vampire movie like Underworld than a comic book movie.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I think this pre-MCU movies succeeded because Daredevil with Ben Affleck did fairly well enough that he did a spin-off with Elektra which bombed. There's 2 Fantastic Four movies which I enjoyed but not quite there.
Right.
So I think out of all the pre-MCU movies, this one is top tier.
Yeah.
Maybe one day on Patreon, everybody list in the comments below. Should Sandy and I like rank the pre MCU Marvel movies?
Yeah. There you go.
Enough of me babbling. You have any else to add
No,
to?
no, no. That was pretty much it.
Okay. Should we head over to the pros and cons?
Just do it.
Okay, Nike. Well,
I already said one. Basically, Wesley Snipes is
he's back.
as Blade.
Yeah, at this point, he is Blade. He did such a well job. Um, I think he just got better and better as the franchise went on. Um, we forgot to say that there's maybe it's well listed down in fun fact, but there was a Blade TV series. I think it lasted 1 season. I didn't see any of it.
Mm-mm.
Um, but maybe it's floating around somewhere.
Yeah, on the internet.
A pro for me is the director.
It's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he did the Hellboy franchise. This movie predates Pacific Rim, Hellraiser. I forgot when Panzel.
Hellraiser.
That's Hellboy. That Hellraiser.
I'm like Hellraiser.
I don't
and
know.
that was another one on the no watch list.
Hellraiser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll need to put that down for Volume 2. If you want to know Volume 1 of Mother Tucker's No Watch List, head over to patreon.com/SequelCentric, and for $1 you can hear the list of the movies that Sandy was forbidden to watch as a teenager. Getting circle back around. Give us another pro.
Blade and Whistler teaming up with the Bloodsuckers. What?
The Bloodsuckers, the
to
Blood Pack.
A more deadlier enemy.
Yeah, and that's what I thought was interesting about this movie. Because in the first movie, he's killing vampires. And even in the beginning of this one, he's killing vampires. But this strain mutant vampire, or whatever it is so it reproduces so quickly that Blade and the head of the Vampire Nation or whatever in Prague had to team up to take out this new threat because it's always interesting in any movie where you got 2 factions that are at odds but they have to team up and play nice.
Yeah, they have the same
to
enemy.
Take out a deadlier enemy. The vampire with the feather boa in the beginning keeps popping up throughout the movie, and every time he sees Blade, he's like, "Oh, I'm out."
Bye.
Yeah, because he like barely let him live, because he was trying to look for Whistler in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then there was another dance scene like in the first one and he's just kind of scouring, and there's the guy, the bald vampire with a pink feather boa, and he sees
Yeah,
Blade.
he was the first vampire.
What?
He was the first vampire. That's why they dug him up. He was the beginning of their kind.
Who? What?
The bald guy with the feather boa.
No.
Yeah, he was. No. You gonna prove me wrong? Fine.
You had the head vampire who was bald, like he looked like Sheev Palpatine in Star Wars. But this guy was with the glasses in the beginning when he had the motorcycle helmet on, and Blade put his head to the wheel
him?
and cracked.
Yeah.
He was bald, but he had hair. He had a long mullet, and he was bald here.
Oh,
and the glasses
okay.
with the...
I thought you were talking about the other dude.
No, not the guy, not the one that looks like the Emperor.
Okay.
Sorry. The catch-22 for me. I don't know if it was for you. Whistler surviving. You know.
Well, they can't kill him.
Yeah, but
they can. But
I mean, the thing is, I guess it must be some movie rule. Like, if you don't see the person dying off camera, did they really die?
Right.
Hence, that's why in Young Guns 3, Chavez and Arkansas Dave are coming back for Young Guns 3 because you didn't see him die off screen. I'm like, that's some sketchy stuff.
You didn't see the body.
Exactly.
That's it. If you don't see the body, they're not dead.
Got any cons?
Some of the CGI is showing its age.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, it was still good.
Yeah.
But
and you're like, oof.
It's like, ooh.
Well, they had to start somewhere,
Kind of like, the Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You watch the CGI.
Oof, yeah.
Oh.
This con is for me, and I know it's a sequel-centric thing too. It's always nice to have the same director come back for the sequel. In this case, I think there was a scheduling conflict, so that's why Del Toro helmed it, and I think he did pretty well,
Well, not that he did a bad job, because he didn't. He did a good job.
And most people view the second Blade movie as the best out of the three, so that tells you how well of a job Del Toro did directing, plus the script.
Yeah.
Should we lay some fun facts on the peeps?
I'm gonna lay a fun fish if you don't quit asking me questions.
Fun facts, Sandy. Lay them on us.
Okay. Actors in this movie people may not know are in it. Ron Perlman.
I forgot he was in it when we rewatched it.
Norman Reedus.
I'm aware of his name through video games and some other stuff.
And Donnie Yen.
That was the surprise for me. After I was not aware of this actor until Rogue One, a Star Wars story. But he's big in over there in
Europe?
No, one of the Asian countries. I can't think of it.
Oh.
Though Hong Kong. He's a huge,
Hong Kong?
he's a huge Hong Kong actor.
Oh, okay.
So like
Donnie Yen is a martial arts star who also was the film's fight choreographer.
Yeah, and it shows.
Well,
the fight car. Yeah, the fights.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes Snipes has admitted that Blade 2 is his favorite movie out of the trilogy, his personal favorite. So that's a nice little one. Plus, another fun fact, like I said, they did a Blade series. I make 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Yeah. Google it; it's there. I know that on a DVD in the Walmart bin I saw 5 or 6 years ago. They had the 3 Blade movies plus I think the pilot episode of that Blade TV series. So might have to check that out just for shirts and giggles. Got a favorite scene, Sandy?
My favorite scene is when Blade and Reinhardt have the stare down.
Oh yeah.
And Blade slaps him.
He's doing something weird with something he's got in his hand. He's like, look, and then whoosh, yeah.
And he slaps him in the leader a couple of times, and then Reinhardt has to play nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Almost as funny as the horse kick in the face in John Wick.
John Wick 3. Yeah, the horse poo. Yeah.
I mean,
I
funny but not funny because it's painful.
oh yeah. Um, the opening scene where Blade is chasing a small group of vampires. And he like looks like he's hardly running at all. I
Oh
mean, he's
yeah.
running, but he's not out of breath. And the vampires like, and
Uh,
one of them is the bald vampire with the mullet, with the the pink feathered boa, and he just whips everybody's ass, because they've got some information, on where Whistler is. So lots of action, super cool effects.
yeah.
This actually it starts off like in the first Blade movie. You get past Tracy Lords playing the vampire, getting the guy there with the big disco scene, then the action. This one, like the action starts like that. I mean,
Right.
doesn't hold back, just
Yeah.
throws you in
Yeah.
right at the
Yeah.
beginning. Um, got a I I was struggling to remember me personally a favorite line. Do you have a favorite line?
Mm, I can't remember any
There's so much. Well, the
because
thing,
there's a lot of them, and most of them are Blade.
yeah. The one thing that it's not a line per se, it but he does something that I find very
Yeah.
humorous. Is like, yeah, when he's chasing down the vampires and he in the very beginning, and he gets on one of the motorcycles and it's going pretty fast, but he hits the brakes so he doesn't slam into his kick-ass car, and he looks in the side mirror and does that like kiss, and then he takes off.
Yeah.
It felt sort of out of place. It felt like one of other something else Wesley Snipes would have done, like in
Like in
Demolition Man,
Get out of my head.
or Major League One, because he was in Major League One, or
Yeah.
maybe even Passenger 57. But yeah,
He was also in the Bad video with Michael Jackson. Fun fact.
fun fact. Sandy, we're gonna head over to Does It Sequel. Sandy,
Yeah. Nate.
this does Blade 2 sequel for you?
Yes, it does. I mean, it is still the story of him hunting down, the
Yeah,
vampires and, keeping them in check, I guess.
yeah,
For, so, I mean, on that level, yeah, it does sequel. The part that I had a hard time getting my head around was the new breed or new species
yeah,
of vampire.
yeah.
That kind of fell out of left field, but overall, it did, as a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sequel for me.
I would agree with you. Rewatching it for the show this time, and kind of putting my personal feelings aside. Um,
Yeah.
Plus, I've had a change of heart of other movies that I first didn't like when I first saw, like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey,
Down my
and
head.
then now go and check out Fireside Chat, Bill and Ted's excellent podcast or whatever. Yeah, this does sequel for me. It has everything the first film had, and it takes it to the next level. With plus the budget and the story are great. Um, Me personally, under would I on a uh,
SequelCentric.
on the scale from secret centric,
You, he's having a hard time
I
with
know,
words today.
and it's decaf coffee too. My verdict on the sequel centric scale would be, I would tell people to buy it. You know, for a pre MCU movie slash vampire flick, it's great. If you're a lover, if you love the series or vampires, it's a must have in your library, because it has, me personally, has a lot of similar DNA to Underworld with
Yeah.
Kate Beckinsale.
Beckinsale.
Even better. What's your verdict?
Um, I would also say buy it because it. And for me, it's not one of those vampire movies where it's like the love story type. Dracula's
Yeah.
going after his next wife or whatever. The whole love story between Dracula and victim, I guess.
Victim number 6.
Right.
700.
This is more action.
Yeah.
This is more of an action movie, and it's the other side of the vampires are treat the humans as their food source. It's their food source, and so I would agree with you, and I would say buy it. It is a good action movie.
I think it has a lot of things. It's a superhero movie. It's a vampire movie. It's an action movie. So
would he be considered an anti-hero?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's it for today's review on Blade 2. What do we have on the calendar next, Sandy?
We have Ditch List 2023. Fork Nut. Gonna let people know what movies not to waste their time on. What else should we remind the SC clan?
SequelCentric clan. Don't forget to check.
Mansplaining what SC meant.
Excellent. Don't forget to check out our other content on YouTube and Patreon. If you like to listen to us on podcasts, pick your favorite app. We should be there, like Castbox and Podbean. If we're not on whatever you listen to,
let us know in the comments,
and we'll do what we can to throw it on over there.
Yeah. And until next time, ask yourself this one question:
does it sequel? Bye.